Yo, what's good? I have a question for you. What does it mean to create art? There are many forms of art. A painting, a drawing, architecture, even a moment in time. Artistic endeavor can be an insight into the creator's mind, an invitation to their imagination, if you will. Even a song is someone's imagination given form. We've even had art on screen. Some screenplays have definitely left a mark on you. I mean, how could they not? Actors who are so good at playing a bad/evil character that you start to dislike the actor. Masterful work. Art, though, is subjective. Similar to beauty, it is in the eye of the beholder. However, sometimes a creation can be so bad, so ugly, that it's actually good. Sometimes something can be so wrong that it's right. Sometimes even a mistake can be beautiful. In this case, not so much. I know that I've put masterpiece somewhere in the title of this video. War of the Worlds is at the complete opposite end of that spectrum. And that's why, people, that's why it's beautiful. This movie, guys, has united everybody who has seen it. United us. United the internet. One thing humanity can do across all different races, across cultures, can come together. Yeah, one thing we can all do is come together in shared hatred. And that's what this movie has done. Listen to me. I hated this movie. At some points whilst watching this movie, I genuinely started to get angry. And that's why it's beautiful. I wasn't the only one having this experience. And that's why War of the Worlds, guys, is a cinematic masterpiece. Anyway, War of the Worlds, to cut a long story short, is an alien invasion movie starring Ice Cube. Yes, Ice Cube. Ice Cube in this movie plays a character who I can only describe as a omnipresent force. He's near omniscient. Ice Cube in this movie has basically jailbroken life and is basically able to access whatever the hell he feels like from his work PC. Ice Cube plays a surveillance and threat assessment expert for America's Department of Homeland Security. And when I say surveillance, I mean near Orwellian state levels of surveillance. At one point in this movie, Ice Cube is able to access his daughter's fridge. He's able to access his daughter's fridge, so he's able to watch and maintain her diet because she's pregnant. He's able to look inside the fridge from his work PC. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's able to access the fridge's camera, internal camera inside the fridge. Whose fridge has a camera inside of it? Just to look at the food. That's the type of surveillance we're talking about in this movie. Bear with me, by the way, I'm doing this all off memory. Oh, and I'm forgetting to mention that this movie is basically a long list of Zoom calls, WhatsApp video calls, and FaceTimes. You know those big cameras they have on movie sets? They aren't present in this movie. I'm not joking. The entire movie, is a long FaceTime call with various people. Zoom calls, WhatsApp calls, FaceTimes. That's how we are viewing the movie. I was wondering how they was able to afford some of the talent on show in the movie, but I'm guessing they didn't have to pay for any equipment. So that's how they was able to pay everybody. I genuinely thought the whole FaceTime nonsense was just gonna be a small part of the movie, but the gimmick did not stop. As in, you're watching Ice Cube look at his work monitor for 95% of the movie. Meaning, by the way, that the movie is just a compilation of Ice Cube reactions. If I was going to give someone a very short synopsis of what War of the Worlds is about, I would say it's an Ice Cube reaction stream, and that would be very true. Anyway, the antagonist is the Disruptor, a hacker who's threatening to leak government information on YouTube. Ice Cube, who remember is basically the mod of this universe, tracks this Disruptor guy down almost instantly, sends out a SWAT team to get him, but the Disruptor is pinging his location from different areas, so he's not where Ice Cube thought he was. Then, aliens start falling from the sky in meteors. It happens exactly like that. No, I haven't skipped a part of the plot. Aliens pull up out of nowhere and they start beating our asses. Ice Cube now goes around calling, FaceTiming all of his loved ones, checking on their whereabouts, checking if they're okay. He's getting calls from the president, the Ministry of Defense, all of these very, very high level people in the American government. And whilst all this is going on, his son keeps calling him, being like, "Dad, I really need to talk to you." Talking about how he has something really important to say. Ice Cube, who, as you can guess, is too busy for all of that bullshit. There is an alien invasion happening and he has the literal president of your country on the line. One thing I hate most in movies is when a character keeps talking about how they have something really, really important to say in a high-pressured, stressful situation. But instead of just saying the important thing they have to say, they just keep droning on about how they have something really important to say. If it's that important, just say it. Just say it. Can you imagine? The human race is under attack. You have all of these high-level government officials on FaceTime talking to you on a Zoom call, and you have your son in the background being like, Dad, I have something really important to say. Boy, go take that shit somewhere else. I've got real shit I'm dealing with. So the aliens pull up to massive data centers all over the world and they start infiltrating them with these hentai tentacles. That's the only way I can describe these things. Ice Cube's son, after calling him over and over again, finally gets through to his dad and says the very important thing that he has to say, and he reveals himself to be the Disruptor. Surprise, surprise. Ice Cube is now distraught. He works for the government and his son was the Disruptor who was threatening to release government information. See the dilemma? His son then starts breaking down all of the information that he has on the government. He tries to explain to his dad that the government has been lying to him, how they knew about the aliens, how all of this has been orchestrated, has been planned, and they knew this would happen. Ice Cube is having none of it. I need to really emphasize how against this whole situation Ice Cube is in this moment. Ice Cube's character says, basically verbatim, son, there's nothing you can tell me, nothing you can show me that will convince me to go against the government. The call ends and then Ice Cube's son sends over a file. In this file is all the documentation, etc., exposing the US government. The son has information on the fact that the American government knew that aliens would eventually one day come for our data, and they have in fact come for this thing called the Goliath program. The Goliath program was what the son was threatening to leak on the internet. Ice Cube's character, who remember just said, there's nothing you can tell me, nothing you can show me that will convince me to go against the government, clicks on the first file. Yeah, he clicks on the first file. He reads half a sentence and says, oh my God, they've been lying to me. This whole time, they've been lying to me. His entire belief system does a 180 in half a sentence. That's the part of the movie that irritated me the most. There was no internal struggle for Ice Cube. He just immediately switched sides. And now he has become an enemy of the government within like 5 minutes of movie time. So to break it all down, within a few minutes, Ice Cube's character has gone from ally to the US government, enemy of the Disruptor, to a part of the Disruptor's team and enemy of the US government. Whilst all this is going on, by the way, there is a global war. Humans versus the aliens. The entire planet, every army around the world has mobilized within under 6 hours. Remember how I said that these aliens were attracted to data centers? They're attracted to these data centers because they want to consume our data. So they start eating our data. And then basically the entire world stops. Planes falling out of the sky, cargo ships can't go anywhere. The internet starts to disappear. Websites start literally fading away. The army essentially is blind for some reason because apparently the army can only move if we have data. I don't really understand that point. Armies around the world now have to fight on foot because because the data's been eaten. So the aliens start like fucking us up. They start cooking us. Ice Cube and another character work out that these aliens are part mechanical and part organic life. So they're gonna try upload a virus into them. They're gonna try upload a virus to one of these data centers so that the aliens download the virus or consume the virus as they're eating the data. Ice Cube's daughter in the movie is some kind of scientist and she's made this award-winning code they call the Cannibal Code. They need to rework this code so that it can be consumed by the aliens, put it on a USB, and then get it into the Goliath hard drive system thingy so that when the aliens get to it, they download the virus. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, at this point in the movie, the government have decided to nuke the building that Ice Cube's in. Ice Cube is working in a government building, and then because there was a terror attack basically, the building went into shutdown. So Ice Cube's not able to leave the building. And the building that he's in, his work offices are above the Goliath program thingy. So they're like, you know what, instead of doing anything else, how about we just nuke the area, bury the Goliath program underneath rubble, and that solves all our problems. Even though these aliens came from probably thousands of light years away, have technology way more advanced than us, what's going to stop them is some rubble. Let's be serious. So they rework the code. This award-winning code they rework in a few minutes, which I'm assuming is meant to be very complicated, but it's not. Next, the movie then proceeds to turn into an advert for Amazon Air, this new delivery service, drone delivery service that Amazon has been working on in secret. Ice Cube, you remember, is locked in a government building that is basically containing the Goliath program. This massive load of data that the aliens are there to consume. So the only way they're able to get this USB stick with this new reworked cannibal code over to Ice Cube is through Amazon Air. The boyfriend of the girlfriend in the movie happens to be the boyfriend of Ice Cube's daughter in the movie happens to work for Amazon. He has the Amazon Air drone. He's like, you know what, guys, leave it to me. I'll pilot the drone over to Ice Cube, and then he can upload the cannibal code. And that's what they do. Somehow, Ice Cube's daughter's boyfriend is able to fly this USB stick with the cannibal code over to Ice Cube. He's able to access this highly secure government building with a drone, a flying object, just because he somehow is able to find Ice Cube, who has gone multiple levels down to this Goliath program. They get the code. Ice Cube gets the USB stick. Yeah, gets the USB stick, runs all the way over to the Goliath program, plugs in the USB, whilst all of these hentai alien tentacles are grabbing him, holding him back. He plugs it in, and he wins. They beat the aliens. They upload the code. The aliens consume the code, and they die, I think. I don't remember. This movie was so bad. That's how the movie ends. The members of the American government who knew about the Goliath program get arrested. Ice Cube and his son leak that the American government did know about the aliens, and they did know that they had this Goliath program that they knew would attract aliens, la-di-da-di-da. And then Ice Cube, he gets offered this new job within the American government. They're like, for all your hard work, we're going to reward you. And he's like, no, I don't want this job. I'm tired of watching people. I'm going to watch you. Cool, bro. The movie is so bad that it's kind of fun, I won't lie. And that's Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds. I've seen bad movies, okay? I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution. This movie is up there, okay? This movie is up there with some of the worst writing you're going to see on screen. I did skip over a lot of the plot points. I was doing this from memory. So if you want to watch the movie, you can, and I haven't really spoiled that much if I'm being real. So go ahead, join in hating this movie with the rest of us, if you will. It's honestly worse than what I've described. I missed out so much explaining this. So prepare yourself. My review of this movie is janky and all over the place because that's exactly how the movie is. There's no takeaways. There's no major plot points. Nothing happens, and everything just happens because there's no reason. There's no explanation. There's no like sit down and reprieve. It all happens in a day, and then it ends. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time I upload. I'm not going to do any fancy edits for this video. It's going to be me waffling. So yes, goodbye.